Greetings, parents and educators. Welcome to Lesson 12 of Teach Your Child How to Read. Go to the internet and search Open Court Phonics Program Original Wygotsky and click on that link. Then scroll down on that website until you see the 3 book icons and click on the link below. Then scroll down to the lessons until you see Lesson 13 and click on that link. Scroll down until you see the word work words for today. Today we're learning that AY says A. It makes the A sound because when 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. So your child will slash through the letter Y and draw a macron or a straight line over the letter A to show that the A is talking. And remember, when Y is at the end of a word, it's a vowel. And sometimes when Y is in the middle of the word or somewhere in the word with A in front of it, it is still a vowel. AY says A. In this lesson, we'll also be working with compound words. So if you look at word work line 3, you'll see they have sea and weed, but if you put it together, you have seaweed, a whole nother word, a compound word. When 2 words are put together, it's called a compound word. If you look at word work line number 6, we have fire, light, put it together, firelight. If you see any words highlighted in yellow, that means it's a rule breaker. It does not follow the phonics rules, okay? It's a sight word. Marva Collins would call it an outlaw word because it breaks the laws of phonics. Now, EIGH says A, and that is a letter combination that is chanted on the daily phonics chant. So hopefully your child is chanting along with that every day before you sit down with these lessons. Another thing I want to point out is this ED at the end of the word dined, okay? So when you have ED at the end of a word right after a consonant, you usually don't hear the E. The E is silent. Now here, of course, the E is jumping to the I and making the I say its name. But here's another way to know that when the E does or does not make a sound. Look at the last 3 letters. If the letter before the E is another D or a T, which kind of sounds like a D, then you will hear the E, okay? Because you need to hear the E to know that it's a past tense word or something that happened in the past. So in NED, we know that the E does not make a sound because it needs to be DED or TED in order for the E to make a sound. And that E would make the short E sound, eh. And now we also know that ED or a D at the end of a word, mainly ED, followed or after a consonant, shows that it's a past tense word. So now we're looking at present tense and past tense words in this lesson as well. So the word dine would mean people are eating right now, and dined means they ate in the past, okay? Frighten means that the person is scared right now, and frightened means that the person was scared in the past, maybe a few minutes ago, maybe another day. Okay. Under this, of course, we have our dictation sentences, our workbook pages, our story here, our short story, which is something new. So when you see these little short stories, again, these are words that the child will not find surprising. It's everything that they've been working with before. And this is a great opportunity for you to ask and for them to answer comprehension questions. For example, a question like, what does Ray find? Now, when your child answers that question, please don't accept one-word answers. have your child answer back to you in a complete sentence. So in order to answer questions in a complete sentence, you drop off the question words, what is or what does, and you use the rest of the words in that question. So I call that flipping the question into an answer. Then once the question is flipped into an answer and you say those words, then you can say the answer to the question. So again, what does Ray find? Take off what does, and the child would answer, Ray finds seaweed. So great questions or basic comprehension questions can start with words like who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you ask a who question, for example, who finds seaweed, you would not take off the question word and then say the rest of the question or flip the question. You would start with the person's name. You would start with the answer. So who finds seaweed? Ray finds seaweed. All right, now if you go back to the lessons, there's a book attached to lesson 13 called A Tight Line. Again, have your child read this story over and over again until they're reading fluently and ask comprehension questions. Have fun.